So is it Chisme if it's true though?
Oh, that's actually good.
Welcome to Studio Fresh.
Got the whole studio.
A place where we empower, a place where we inspire, and a place where we equip. Here at Studio Fresh today, we got something fresh. We got something fresquito out of the oven for you guys, just out of fresh off the press, like we say. You guys already know that every person we have here at Studio Fresh just is fresh. We got my bro that walked in here. He looks fresh. He is fresh. He talks fresh. My boy is just, I love him. And I've been knowing him for about 4.5 years, 5 years. And today we're gonna go ahead and present nothing but the best from up north. We got my brother Jordan Avila in the house.
Yo.
Can you go ahead?
There you
go. Come on, my man.
Honestly, bro, I thought you were talking about Josh the whole time.
I was like, it sounded the timeline. The timeline was right.
I've only met him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He was like 4 years. I was like, oh,
Nah,
okay.
bro, I was talking about
So
you. But you know what? I want to go ahead and get straight to it. Every time I get with my brother Jordan, every time I get with my brother Josh, and by the way, I got to give a shout out to my brother Josh for being here with us too.
Make some noise in that soundboard.
Let's go. And
you don't got like an air horn or something?
You know what? And you know what?
Cool.
And you know what? We got my brother Bishop Jones.
Bishop
Jones.
Jones.
We got Bishop Jones in the building.
Thank you,
Bishop Jones. Can you say something on the mic?
Yo, here in Studio Fresh with the gang, bro.
Yeah,
Here with the gang.
right.
So I could tell you
Justice
rehearsed
gang.
that, brother. I could tell you rehearsed that.
Yeah, he did.
All improv, bro.
And then we got behind the camera, nothing but the best photographer, videographer, Areli Valadez. Come on, make some
Nothing
noise.
but the best Areli Valadez.
There you go.
Look
The
at
best
that.
Areli Valadez. So
I think you're better at rhyming than.
We rehearsed that too, huh?
Yeah, you guys
All right.
definitely rehearsed that. the whole
Anyways,
time.
but
I'm gonna write that one
today,
down.
you know what? I want to go ahead and get to the nitty gritty of leadership. And I think sometimes as leaders, if you're a leader, of a group, maybe a cell group, if you're a leader, a youth leader, if you're
Worship leader.
a worship leader, if you're a church leader, if you're the
Usher
ushers
leader.
leader. Come on, I think ushers are important, bro. Come on.
Very
No,
important.
they are.
Super
They are.
important.
They are.
And I think they play a big part. Every leadership in church just makes the church, just the body of Christ, just run wonderfully when we do it right.
Of course.
And I think that as we were talking about right now a little bit ago, I asked the question, man, my brother Jordan has been dealing. He's been part of ministry. He's been part of. He's been part of. He's been part of ministry. He's been part of leadership. He is or was the AAI North Cal president. Come on, we got presidents here. What's up, man?
I got impeached, but we won't talk about that. It's good. It's all right.
No. We don't talk about church
It was
politics.
the first. You made history though.
Yeah.
You got
We made history.
impeachment. That first impeachment. In
100%. Everyone
There
voted
you
against
go.
me. It was
There
crazy.
you go.
It was a whole unanimous. You brought everyone together.
I'm like the Steph Curry of, of the presidents of the youth.
You
So,
brought everyone
unanimous.
together,
But you know what? I think that one of the hardest things that we have to deal with at church in leadership is I'm gonna just say this out loud and hear me out when I say Chisme. You know what I mean? Chisme is.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Chisme is a big topic that sometimes kind of gets looked, brushed over, kind of thrown under the rug. When you hear something, there's certain leaders that might not even know how to deal with that stuff. Some of them might deal with them in a way like, hey, I don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't talk about it.
Just avoid it.
Yeah, just avoid it.
Sweep
you know
it
what I
under
mean?
the rug.
Sweep it under
Yep.
the rug and whatever
Yep.
not. But my brother Jordan, I mean, how do you deal with Chisme, bro, going around?
Well, what is Chisme?
Yeah,
Oh!
I think
Oh,
when that question was posed, I kind of gave a little rebuttal, and I was just like, "Is it Chisme if the stuff is true? if we're talking about truth,
Yeah, I mean,
I can understand Chisme if it's just like brother Josh, he's doing bad and he's stealing from the church.
Hey.
I mean,
But if it's true,
told you that in
but
confidence.
if it's true,
it
is
might
that
just
Chisme
is
or
it Chisme or is it a fact?
At what point does it become Chisme?
I think we kind of talked about it. What's the intention behind?
Okay,
behind
that's
it?
good. That's actually really
What's
good.
the intention? If my intention is to bring you down to make you look bad in order for your downfall, or in order for somebody's downfall. That's chisme. Or if you add something, add a little
spice.
Yeah, add a little spice to it.
Yeah, a little.
Then I think that's cheese.
A little
if you
hint
put a
of
little
a tomato.
You know what?
A little hint of...
It's funny because in Mexico City, cuando hablamos así como que estamos diciendo una historia o algo así, usualmente cuando le echas más así, le dicen, le estás echando más crema a tu taco. How do you say it?
Le echas mucha crema a tus tacos.
Le echas mucha crema a tus tacos. O sea, es como
you're adding a little extra.
You're adding a little extra, bro. That cremita is a little expensive. You know what I mean? But it's gonna cost something.
It comes at a price.
It comes at a price. And sometimes we look at the people that are chismosos out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the chismosos. And if you don't know any chismoso, it's because you are the chismoso. If you're just like, I've never met a chismoso.
Tag your favorite chismoso in the comments. Expose each other.
No,
we're kidding.
Yeah, we're kidding. Jokes.
Don't create no.
Tag your favorite chismoso.
Tag your number one.
Share your favorite chisme in the comments.
No, it's a tough thing because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be talking about anybody. Right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you're gonna talk about somebody and it's like, hey, I wish the very best for that person. Let me pray to God. They're going through something. That's the only type of talk. But in this world, it's not a perfect world.
Oh.
And we live in this world where churches, I think the best way are getting ran through with chisme. And it's a cancer. Bro. It really is a cancer.
Yeah.
It's something that it could start off small and then just grow and grow and grow, and it gets out of control.
You know what? I think naturally, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think naturally in human nature, humans are attracted to chisme.
Yes.
Naturally. I think that is something that, if I come up to somebody by a story or, hey, I got something, una historia or something. You're telling somebody, even testimonies can be not chismes, but, you tell somebody a story and they're attracted to stories. Yeah. They're attracted to, look at when Jesus used to preach, the way he preached was in parables, stories, you know what I mean? And that attracted a lot of people. And I think that naturally we're attracted to stories, information, and in those stories, ahí es cuando le echan crema a sus tacos.
I think you try to make it a little interesting, right? And then.
But then because we're also human, at the end of the day, if we hear that somebody's doing a little bit worse than us, because some people thrive off of that.
You want to.
Yeah, some people thrive off of just
believe it
the
or not.
downfall of other people.
Yo, that's so true.
They bring it to it instead of trying to dose out the fire. They start putting
they add a little more on there.
Le echan ahí más leña instead of helping the person. And it's true. I think that in our culture, I'm gonna throw that out because we're Hispanics. We come from a Hispanic culture. I heard it once. A guy say that Hispanics are like crabs, and I was like, "What? What are you talking about, bro?" And he said Hispanics are like crabs. You put them in a bucket, and when these crabs, I guess that you put them in a bucket, and when they're about to when the one that gets to the top, he's about to jump off. The one in the bottom pulls them down.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times, the church allows that culture into the church, allows that culture to creep in, and whether it's like, hey, that sister on the praise team might be doing a little better, or that brother in ministry is doing a little better, or that brother, maybe you were the usher's leader and you weren't doing so great. Now that usher leader is doing better. You just want to throw a little smoke at them, And sometimes I feel like that's where when you allow the enemy to start working in that area, you start seeing a lot of chisme.
It's crazy how the how competitive the human nature is, right? At the end of the day, we should all be in the same team, right?
Right.
Like I played soccer, I played football, I played team sports, and it was always that: how do I get my brothers back, right? How do I help them out? But it seems like with the chisme stuff and with all of this hating and stuff like that, it's almost like we're playing on different teams.
Yeah.
Right? We're playing on this I want to be better. I want to be looked at better. yeah, that brother's doing fine, but did you know he also does this on the side? Or a sister, like, hey, like, she's up there raising her hands, but you don't know what she's doing on Monday.
Right.
And you know what? One of the things that I've noticed in certain patterns of people that, thrive off of this is sometimes when they want to say a chisme about somebody, even if that person's doing well at the moment, maybe that person's doing good, and then they speak bad about, maybe they had a past.
Yeah, of course.
So since they got no dirt on them right now, what they do is,
they dig it up. They dig it
I
up.
remember.
Oh, I bet you didn't. Even if there's a new group of people, there's a new group of people that didn't live that past or they weren't there to encounter it, but that person did and knows about it. They come y empiezan a envenenar a los demás.
Oh, yeah.
And start saying, hey, I bet you didn't even know this. And you're like, whoa. Because what they want to do is change the perspective of that person, of how they see that person.
Or they want to discredit that person. I think
there you go.
It comes from like a place of, I think, pride, ego. Like, I think you said something interesting. You said we're very competitive as humans. And that comes from like a place of pride, right? Like even in sports, there's times where if you've played sports, there's someone that maybe scores too many goals, and then I'm not gonna pass it to him because I want to score too, or I'm not gonna let. You know what? She never lets anyone sing the solos. It's only her, right?
Why is it always that church that gets to play convention? Why is it that church that always gets to play camp? Why is it always them? Well,
and it's
they're preparing.
They're preparing.
It can stem from, like you said, pride or pride, ego. I think it's definitely not something that stems from a godly perspective. Like if you think about what God is doing, hey, you know what, man, that team is prepared, or you know what, that sister's she always knows her lyrics, she's always practiced, and she, maybe one day I can just request a solo, right? I think it's different ways of approaching. It comes from, I think, lack of communication, like being able to communicate your own emotions or your own feeling, or even if you feel like...
Yeah, I think it's true, like a lack of communication, because some of these people don't know how to communicate in a good way.
Right, or they don't know how to say, hey, I would like the soccer ball next time I'm in... This is just an example, right? Yeah. Like, I would like the soccer ball next time, or I would like to score in the next game.
The ball in my court.
How can we all work as a team together so I can score a goal, or whatever the case is, right?
I'll be honest with you, I think... the potential that a lot of these teams have, or a lot of the churches have, is through the roof. I've seen many churches that fall apart because of chisme. And but then you look at every individual person and you're like, whoa.
As individuals, you have the Avengers, right?
Yes. Yeah. And they're not willing to comply, or they're just not. It's not in their culture. It's not in their the way they speak, their character. It's just not in there. So the only thing they do is they throw dirt on each other.
Yeah.
And the enemy, he feeds off of that.
Oh, he thrives it.
Oh, he's loving it. He's just seeing like how sometimes the enemy don't even got to do nothing.
That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part, because a lot of times we like to blame the devil for everything. Like, and it's just like, that's why whenever anybody talks bad about Josh, I'm like, hey, you might be right. But stop talking about it.
Right.
You put a stop to it.
Yeah, because I want to pose a question.
He makes it pretty clear to me too. He's like, Josh, I don't care what they say about you. To me, you're an all right guy.
Yeah,
you're all right.
Everything is true.
I tell him, Jordan, you know what? I don't care what they say about you.
Yeah.
To me, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
You're a good guy.
At one point, as a good leader, because this is a good leader, thing. When do you stop it? When do you let that person know? It's like, hey,
that's a little too much, right?
That's a little too much.
When do you stop it,
and
how do you stop it? I think those are two very distinct questions. Important. Both go hand in hand, because I think that you can be very well aware of these things that are happening, but sometimes you don't know how to stop it.
Right.
Or sometimes you ask yourself, when is it the right time?
Right.
When are we? When am I supposed to? There's a leader.
I think it's tough. It's tough in the sense because in leadership, a lot of these people are your friends as well, right? Yeah. If you're a part of your family, essentially, if you're part of a praise team, if you're if you're a youth leader at your church, you are still friends with these people. You're still brothers and sisters in Christ. How do you go about approaching this in steps?
But the question is, are you really friends? If they're talking bad about you,
Or
are they really your friends?
Are they using you?
They could just be there because maybe they like the church, but they don't like you as a leader.
That's true.
And
Could be.
or are they really your friends if they're really talking bad about you behind your back?
Yeah.
So sometimes, you're able to see these things. You perceive it as human beings. We're not dumb,
Yeah.
We're able to know, okay, you get to a place and you're able to, God gives you discernment.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, okay, you know what, this person maybe feels uneasy and, there's an unsettling feeling and, it needs to be approached and stuff. So when and how, I don't know, Brother Jordan, if you want to kind of give us a little tip on when and how.
Man, here's the thing. And again, this is my personal opinion. I'm not one to sugarcoat stuff. One of the things that I've gone through in my life and that I've learned is, and maybe that's something that I need to change because we all need to evolve. We all need to change. Maybe not involve for all the people that don't believe in evolution. I don't want, those
Science.
people.
I believe in science.
Yeah.
Right.
Is you hear Chisme, you hear, some hating going
Gossip,
on.
hating.
Gossip. Hey, brother, this isn't
Negative.
that. My first reaction is to take that person
And
and take him. Yeah, well, that comes after. Like,
Jump.
I'll jump.
Jumping is after.
Take that person to the person that they're talking about.
Yo.
Man.
It's like, if you're gonna come to me with this as a leader, I'm gonna sit you two down.
Man.
Hey, brother, sister, so and so did this, and I'm gonna let the person know. I'm gonna be like, hey, brother, okay, thank you for the information. I appreciate it.
You let them know. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
But
if you're telling me this, you're gonna tell me this in front of that person,
Wow.
and we'll get to the bottom of it.
do you feel like that person might break their trust with you because they had the trust to share that with you, and then now you're kind of
Again, I think it goes back to what their intention is.
Accountability.
Accountability.
Yeah,
Okay, good,
if
good.
they're doing it in that type of way, like I want to bring this person down,
You got it. Attack
it's
it.
like, cool, like let's handle this. But if they come, it's like, hey, you know what, brother, I found this out. I think we should pray for this person. I think you as a leader should talk to them and help them out.
Yeah.
You could see somebody's heart. You could
Right.
see
Because sometimes it could even be like part of miscommunication.
exactly.
It's like that person that read that text wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you didn't mean that.
Yeah.
And he's
You
like,
meant
no.
this.
So then why do you put an exclamation point
Yeah.
at the end?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, I meant
gotta
to put
the
up here.
Gotta put the
Yeah.
right emojis.
I meant to
Yeah,
put
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and things like, so yeah, it could be definitely a miscommunication stuff, but I like what you said. You attack it.
You have to. You have to.
boom.
Because at the end of the day, the enemy is attacking us. He's not pulling back.
Right.
He's not like letting us like, oh, maybe
I'm gonna let you slide.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you slide on this. Nah, like we have to use the same tactics that he's using.
Yeah.
We have to attack the problems at its source.
Yo.
Nice. Play some offense. I like
And-
that.
Yeah, you have to play offense.
You know what? I once heard a leader say that problems are like hongos,
Mhm.
Like
Um,
mold.
Yes, and it's very much like that. But one of the ways that estos hongos se matan or whatever, you have to kill them, is exposing them to light
Mhm.
and taking them out. So he's like, a lot of the problems at churches are like hongos, and that they're hidden in the darkness
Yeah.
because hongos are built in a dark place.
Yeah.
And when you expose them and when you put them out to light, what the light does, it kills that.
Exactly.
So a lot of times is attacking the issue, attacking the source, and you
Yeah.
saying, hey, I need to expose it.
Yeah, you have to. Because again, like I said, kind of like, that reference, it's cancer. Like it grows.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
It grows. And it's just like you
Now-
have to.
I'm not trying to. I'm just like genuinely curious, but or let's say, I guess a question for the people behind the camera. Would this bringing them together, would that like create more tension, or how would that like have you
It's-
seen it
it's-
be
it's-
resolved? Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
How do you go about it? Like in the
because
meeting, let's
I
say.
picture that being tense. Like hey, this person said this about you.
Yeah.
Now say it in front of them. to
Yo.
me. And it can be a little tense, and I
But
would feel like it
Maybe
would
you
be
let
like,
them go a little bit like,
No, that's why I want a battle royale.
like bodies,
Like, I want-
bodies, no face shots, 30
Yeah,
seconds,
yeah,
go.
Yeah, I want, it's like handle it, right?
Go.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Again, it's you have to, as a leader, number one, you bring all the things to God, right?
Yeah.
You're going to ask God in prayer and even in fasting for these kind of things because, again,
Yo.
there are things that we like to attack without having God have our back. We're just like, as human, is like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this. I'm such a good leader. I know how to resolve this, instead of just like, let me take a step back. Let me ask God for guidance. Let me fast about this. Because at the end of the day, some people could get hurt.
Right.
But,
At the end of the day.
God gives you the wisdom because
Yeah.
the Bible says que nuestra lucha no es contra carne ni sangre, más contra potestades. Entonces, entendiendo que muchas veces este chisme puede venir it could be stemmed as well from rebeldía.
Yeah.
It can
Yeah.
be, it could stem from
Envy.
hatred.
Envy, hatred,
Envy,
bitterness.
jealousy, and things like that. Entonces, si atacas, hey, Lord, I ask you in the name of Jesus que reprendamos todo espíritu, ¿verdad?
The division.
Contrario
Essentially,
de
is
división.
the division. Is division. Essentially, what that causes is division because I feel like someone can come say something about Jordan. Hey, just an example. Let's say we're a praise team, and then Jordan comes up to me and he says, "Hey, do you notice that Brother Abraham always gets to do all the solos? Or do you notice that Brother Abraham always gets to practice late and nothing ever happens to him?" You know, he starts kind of sowing this little bit of
Yeah.
negative.
Yeah.
And now when I come to practice, I look at Abraham, I'm like, he got here late. Oh, he's doing the solo too, and he got. So now I'm creating this discord, kind of like, or you know, whoever is speaking these things is creating discord instead of saying, hey, you know what, hey, Brother Abraham, blah blah blah. You know, like you said, addressing each other instead of addressing a third party that now creates kind of this division. Then you have cliques in praise teams. Oh, after practice, these 3 people go eat at Cane's, and these 4 people go to In-N-Out.
But you know what? You notice that they create constituencies. They create these comrades in a way, like this little gang.
Oh, they build up their army. They build up their
and
army,
most of these people, you'll notice that chismosos hang out with chismosos.
So it's kind of like
100%.
Yeah.
birds of a feather.
Yeah. And you'll start noticing like those things where it's like, they might create their gang, you know, but it's all Chisme at the end.
But they never last.
Chisme gang.
But the gangs never last.
Never last. But I'll tell you
because
something.
at the end of the day,
and they might not even like each other
police-
fully.
Yeah.
But because they both hate that one person together,
They have
it's
a common
like,
enemy.
let's get together and let's.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah. Kind of like what you were saying about Bishop.
Right. What did I say the other day? The friend of my friend is my friend.
Yeah.
And the enemy of my enemy.
And the thing is, what's kind of annoying is the fact that like Bishop has talked so much and hasn't let us really express ourselves.
I don't know, Bishop. What do you think? What do you
think,
got to say
Bishop?
about this whole thing going on? What do you feel?
I
do you
think
feel?
honestly, it just roots back to the beginning, man. It just roots back that Chisme, that division. Like, take a look at. Oh, here we go. Satan. Like that. What's the first thing he did? Is just cause that division. You know?
Okay.
And I think, especially in people in leadership, like we're gonna take some hits. You know, like people are gonna talk, and we can't let that Chisme like. We stop it there. As leaders, we stop it there.
Yeah.
Like the cancer, like everybody who has cancer, hopefully, like, you know, like they want it to stop at some point.
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
Right.
So we don't feed it. We don't talk about it. We don't dwell on it. We pray about it. We let God handle it. But I think that's as leaders where we should be teaching people to take Chisme like that. Like, hey, like, don't worry about it. It's not true. You don't live in that. Your son, daughter of God, like, you don't live in that kind of stuff. So don't feed it. Like
Don't feed it. Because sometimes we can say, really? A ver, dime.
Yeah.
A ver.
Yeah, because I mean, we could always
poco?
ask the question. Is just like, how many of us have sat there and listened to the Chisme?
I'm
Like,
guilty as charged.
Open up some popcorn.
I'm guilty.
You know, just like, yo,
Only the real good ones.
Word. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
No, but you know what? I think as leaders, we've heard it all, we've seen it all, and a lot of situations. You know, I think the Lord, that God has given us that confianza where people can come and just open up and maybe tell you certain situations. But like Bishop said right now, you know, I have gotten a lot of people that come and tell me, hey, you know, this is how I feel about this certain person, and this is how I feel, and you know, you're able to guide them to, hey, this I would say, go about this way, you know, go about it this way, go about it. Bishop touched a very important thing where he said, "Don't feed it," you know.
Yeah.
Don't feed it. Hey, me siento así de esta persona que, you know, me cae gorda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just like, hey, like, right off the bat, no, aquí todos somos hermanos. Aquí todos somos, like, things like that, because you reel them back into the spiritual, like, hey, you're acting upon the flesh.
I think asking why too, like, hey, like, asking the right questions can kind of put them in a position where they're not completely closed off on you, and maybe they can open up about something. Well, let me tell you, this happened 2 years ago, and it's always something kind of like minimal and pointless, right? It's like, oh, we were supposed to sing in this key, and then Bishop gave me the wrong key, and I looked bad, right, or something. And that's why I don't like him.
I hear that happen.
Yeah, he did to me last Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. No, and I think
he did to me when I went to Fresno, bro.
I think to ask the question. I think to ask the question. I like what you said.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing this to me?
Hey, why? What is it like? What's going on?
What is going on?
Finding the intention, one, and also I think like resolving the issue in a way that, like you guys said, cut it before it gets bigger. Finding out before it spreads. It's important, I think, to try to find and have a genuine connection with that person, because you don't really know why they have this feeling, right? Sometimes we think it's just random, or we think it's, hey, where is this stemming from? Finding out where it stems from, maybe it's just a misunderstanding, like you guys said earlier. Yep. Hey, you know what? He didn't mean it. The transpose button was on twice, or whatever it is, you know? Yeah. Or, hey, you know...
I would still blame Bishop, though.
Yeah, we still blame. After the 5th time we figured it's actually just him doing it.
No, but I think that it always comes down from, like, the other people that say things, or the chismosos, we can say things like that.
Right.
Is people that are just, they thrive off of that, like we said.
Yeah.
You know?
Like we also need to, you know.
There's certain people that we just need to stay away from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, I'm all about accountability. Right. So it's just like when that person comes up, it's like you ask the question, why?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And then also you have to start questioning them, is like, what's your focus?
Should we do some?
Is your focus that brother, or is your focus getting closer to God?
Yeah.
Because if they're just coming to church just to look at what the brothers are doing wrong, and they're not getting closer to God, they're not establishing
o esas personas que vienen y they do have that confianza, but they're always whining about everybody.
Oh yeah,
bro. And then they're the ones that don't do much.
Oh yeah, they always have something to say. They always have a great idea, but never have the follow through. They don't do the
follow through. But at the same time, those people are like, man, no haces ni dejas hacer. And you know what? Ponte a trabajar. Get to work here at church. You know, I think those are some. They have energy for other things, and we just have to guide them to have energy for the right things. You know.
Oh, some people are gonna get mad at this.
So, man,
especially when they send it to that person, they'll be like, "Hey, check this out.
Check this screen record.
Hey, yo, chat. Send this to the person that you." No, pero yeah. Besides that, man, I actually like this topic. It was pretty solid.
It's definitely a tough one. Like everyone that's listening and seeing this, everyone goes through it. It's not, just like, oh man, I thought it was just my church.